Hi, welcome to Books with Lexi. This is going to be a 24-hour vlog where a spinner wheel picks my book. So, a couple of things. If you are not aware, in September I am doing a physical TBR challenge where I read 30 books from my shelves in 30 days. I wanted a good way to kick this off to start strong with a book, so I decided to put every book that I own on a spinner wheel and spin it, and the book that I get is going to be the book that I read in this video on the first day of the month. Speaking of the month, it is September, and in September I am co-hosting a super cool team-based bracket-style competitive readathon. This is run by one of my favorite people on booktube, Mel from Mel Lenore Reads. This is a readathon where you get points based on your star ratings. I don't know if I said it is called Battleathon. It is very fantasy themed with the readathon and the backstory, but you can read any genre you want. I don't think I'm going to be reading any fantasy, and it is still so easy for me to participate, so I would love for you to participate and join Team Red. I am a co-host for the Red Dragons, so I hope you will join us for that. So today will be my first book of the month for Battleathon and for my 30 books from my shelves in 30 days challenge. I'm very excited about this. I have maybe too high hopes for September, but I think I'm going to read some really good books, and I'm really excited to see what I spin to read today. So let's do that to see what the first book is going to be. I'm very excited for this one. This is not one that I was particularly planning on reading in September, but I have it. I got it from Aardvark Book Club. This is one of the longer books on my TBR, so kind of scary, but I'm also really excited to read it. This is a mystery, maybe thriller, and it deals with dark obsession and true crime, and I'm assuming somebody dies. So very much looking forward to this. Once I'm a little bit in, I will update you with my initial thoughts. Here's the situation. It's, I think, like 8:30 at this point, and I am only a third into Death of a Bookseller, so I can't tell you what this is about. We are following two different perspectives. We are following Roach, who, that's her last name, but like cockroach, you know? And then we are also following, what's her name? Laura? And we are getting alternating-ish chapters of their perspectives. They both work at a bookstore. Nova! Kids in. Sorry, Nova, my cat, just getting into everything today. Anyway, so Roach works at this bookstore and they hire some new people, and Laura is somebody that comes in, and Roach is very much like a true crime obsessed. Like, she goes to conventions, she listens to podcasts, she reads books, she has like thoughts on everything, like very much into true crime, and like into it in a sense where like it's an obsession with the serial killers. And then she finds out that Laura is interested in true crime. This cat. Nova. And Roach wants to befriend Laura. She believes that she's found a kindred spirit, someone that she can like do things with and hang out with and talk to about true crime, because she's a loner. She doesn't really like do things with people. Nova! Oh my god! She just stole washi tape off my desk. I don't know if I'm ever gonna get through this long clip. Nova. I don't know what I was saying. This cat very much has distracted me. And even though they have this common interest, Laura seems to want nothing to do with Roach. And Roach doesn't understand why. She's like, you're into true crime. I'm into true crime. Why are you ignoring me? But in Laura's perspective, we find out that she is interested in true crime in a very different way and for a different reason than Roach is, and she's kind of like disgusted by Roach's like true crime obsession. Roach is very much obsessed with the killers, and Laura is very focused on the victim side of it and like does not like the like who's your favorite serial killer, like that kind of true crime obsession. I think it is interesting, and it's a conversation that I am super not specifically interested in because like I don't pay any attention to things like this, but I just think like the true crime, in my opinion, needs to be handled in a certain way because it is dealing with real people, and a lot of times those people have family and the family is affected, and it's not just like the like psychological part of the serial killer stuff. There's very much like real people attached to it, so I think that it needs to be handled in a respectful way. Like it shouldn't be pure entertainment, in my opinion. And it's like I used to listen to true crime podcasts and all this stuff, but just like I don't know, the more I think about it, the less I personally like how sensationalized true crime is, just for me. So I am very much on Laura's side, but at the same time, neither of these are likable characters. Um, I will say, so far, there's no mystery. So far, there's no thrilling stuff. There's nothing really that interesting that has happened. There's been like a little reveal, but like it's not something that is like anything. It's just like we learned information about like why somebody thinks the way they do. So I am on the side of being bored. This is one where if you need to feel really attached to a character, this is probably not going to be the book for you. I'm not somebody that needs that, but I need plot to be happening, and there's really no plot. So for me, I'm going to need it to pick up very soon because I don't like to be bored when I read books, you know? So I need to like get a move on reading because it is so late and I'm only a third in. And this is a little bit on the longer side. I think this audiobook is like 12 hours long, which is a decent length for a book like this. It's like 370 pages or something like that. So I'm gonna go back to doing that. I'm having a great time on the kickoff sprints for Battleathon though. Also, I had some very delicious mashed potatoes. We were talking about mashed potatoes and gravy earlier, and I had to make some for dinner. Forgot to take a video of it because I just really needed to eat it. So very sorry about that, but it was delicious, so I will give you that information. I'm gonna get back to reading. My audiobook activity earlier was working on bookmarks for Halloweekend and ones that are gonna be on my Etsy, but I think I might switch to diamond painting. So I'm gonna go do that. I will try to show you my diamond painting, and I will talk to you soon. I am like 260 pages into Death of a Bookseller. I need to put it down because it's really heavy and my hand is starting to shake. I am liking this more now than I was earlier, but I for sure am preferring Roach's point of view and not Laura's. I agree with Laura more, but Roach is just so weird. Cat hair. And like it's just interesting to read. This book is very reminiscent of You by Carolyn Kepnes, if that tells you anything. And I think those aspects of it are fun. I am not one of the people that loved You. I don't know. I think I gave that book like a kind of generous 3 stars, but it's very similar vibes, but it takes a while to get to that point. So right now it's feeling like it's going to end up being 3 to 3.5 stars. I think if we would have started off further into the book, then I would for sure be giving it like 3.5, but the first like third was pretty boring for me. Even now, I really want less of Laura, or I want more from her as a character, because this is a very character driven story, and I think it's working for me with that because of the alternating chapters. So I don't know. I don't know if I would like this book more if it was all from Roach, because then I think it would be too actually I don't know. There are some like character thought like driven books that I've enjoyed more so than others, and I think that this would have been one of them. Um, Laura's point of view is necessary to bring in the conversations on true crime and like how it can be harmful to people. Um, but I just need her point of view to be a little more interesting. And we are leaning into that, I think. But like every time something interesting happens with her, like it doesn't last very long and it goes back to being mostly boring. So those are my thoughts. It is like 11:15 maybe. I have obviously a third left of this book. So I'm going to finish it past midnight, but I should be able to finish it on the sprints we're on. This will be obviously my first book from my 30 books from my shelves in 30 days. At this point, I'm thinking I am going to end up unhauling it because I don't usually keep things if they're below 4 stars, but we'll see. I am enjoying it more and more as it goes, though, so hopefully that trajectory continues, and I will talk to you when I'm done. I have finished. It is very late. I am tired. This one is very hard for me to rate because the first like third I was like very bored, and then the middle third I was interested in but like not super into it, but I really like Roach and her character. And then the last third, like I don't know why, but like I really liked that part. So I think I'm gonna give this 3.5 stars. This is one that I would recommend to people who obviously like character focused books. There's not like a whole lot of plot in here. Like things happen, but the plot is not driving the story. Honestly, the character of Roach is. I think that Roach's character was way stronger than Laura's character. I didn't really care about those perspectives. Laura's character was needed, but either significantly less or something. But like, I really like Roach's character, which is the only reason that this is even 3.5 stars for me, because I don't typically like these kinds of books. Laura's not likable, Roach is not likable. Like, none of the characters, like none of them, not even the side characters, are like, there's nobody that you're really like completely rooting for. But like Roach was fun. This was like a slightly funny, like satirical book. It reminds me of Mayfly by CJ Lead, which I just read and also gave 3.5 stars. I'm trying to think of other books. I saw a review that mentioned Happy. I can't remember what it's called, but this book, Not So Happy, is pink. Whatever. The vibes of that is similar with like the unlikable characters and all of that. Not So Happy. Anyway, so if you like those kinds of books, I would recommend this. But if you were looking for a like quick moving thriller or mystery, it is not really either of those things. Okay, so my 30 books from my shelves. I am going to keep this for now. It is not one that I would buy if I didn't already own it, but it is one that like I'm interested in keeping. It might end up going eventually, but while I have space on my shelves, it is going to stay. My first book of 30 for, I almost said the year, for the month. So if you are interested in seeing everything that I read throughout the month, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss that. There will be short form content on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok every day showing the books that I have read. And then at the end of the month on my channel, there's going to be a long video. I think the plan is to do one check-in every day, updating how my month is going. Probably it's going to be a video of me slowly losing my sanity. One book from my shelves, one book down for Battleathon. So our team prompt to like bond with your dragon to like be able to move on to the other stuff was a battle or a conflict. Obviously this does not have a battle. I wouldn't even really say this has like a strong conflict. Like it does, but not in like the sense that I thought it would. But since I went in with the correct expectations, how would I know for sure? So it does count. And I'm glad I read this week because Star ratings don't come into play with the points until the second week and then the rest of the month. But I can officially move on to reading the other things. There are 3 level up prompts, and then there's like a team bonus prompt. So I need to figure out what I'm doing for all of that. But I'm really glad I read this. I honestly don't know when I would have prioritized it. Like, this was not at the top of my list for anything. I didn't have a video planned for it. So this was a very good push. So thanks to the spinner wheel for picking it. Can you tell it's been a long day? I had so much fun on sprints. I was there for the entire 12 hours we were there. There will be more sprints throughout the entire month. I will be hosting a bunch. It is for sure not too late to join. You can join at any point throughout the month for Battleathon. You do not have to read fantasy. It is very easy to participate if you are not a fantasy reader. I know Battleathon and Dragons is scary. It's scary for me, but it's such a fun time. It's a really cool idea. And I love the like prioritizing books you think you're gonna like as like the way you get points. So all information for that will be linked in the description. I think I said it at the beginning, but this is Mel's readathon, and I'm co-hosting for Team Red. So when you sign up, join Team Red. Throughout the month, there's going to be tons of content on my channel, both about my 30 books from my shelves in 30 days and specifically 5-star prediction videos because of Battleathon. So make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss any of that. Check out the description so you can get links for Battleathon, my Instagram and TikTok where I'm going to be posting videos. Also, I'm hosting a readathon in October. That will be linked in the description. And you can also find my Patreon. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I hope to see you in my next one. Bye!